Hey everybody, welcome to Keesh Goes to China, episode 14, Keesh Goes to Thailand. And I was so blessed to be able to spend Christmas and New Year in Thailand with my homegirl Josie from my sister school in China. You can find Josie on Tumblr at jmary255.tumblr.com. And so this is going to be my first ever travel collaboration. Good morning, everybody. Today is December the 20th, and I am ready for my trip to Thailand. So today, I'm going to meet up with my friend, Josmary, who works at our sister school, and we're going to meet in Hong Kong, and then for the next 14 days, we are going to take over Thailand by storm. Now, we arrive to Bangkok first, and then from Bangkok, we go to Chiang Mai. And then from Chiang Mai, we are going to Suratani, to Koh Tao. I'm quite sure I'm saying it wrong, but I'm excited to share this journey with you. So come along. So we are just waiting for our flight. We're just waiting. And everybody's waiting. Okay, so yeah. After some time, we finally arrived in Bangkok. We should have gotten here at 7, but got at 10. But we made it to our hotel, Around the World bed and breakfast. For 2 nights, it was $65.14 between Josie and I. Not bad. It was really great. They picked us up from the airport, and they were really, really nice. It's a husband and wife couple, and they took this building and basically they made each room a different destination in Asia. It was really lovely. Here is the owner. Her name is Im, and I know it says I'm, but I couldn't put that together. But here is the lobby, and it's really, really nice. It kind of reminds me of something that you'd probably see in Lower Manhattan or something to that effect. But we enjoyed our stay. They made us breakfast and they arranged the tours. The only thing is the steps are a killer. No, seriously, no joke. They kind of remind me of the steps like you'd see in the islands. They're kind of uneven, concrete, and very, very, very hard. So as we're going up the many, many rounds, you'd see, again, the different theme style rooms. Josie and we got a little India suite. So that's the room that normally has, I believe, like 2 little twin beds. Here is Chinatown. I don't want to say nothing with Chinatown, no. And up to the next flight, believe it or not, there was still another flight of stairs, but thank God we came here. And now we are in Little India. And this is our room. It was very clean. Again, very kind of modern. And you could tell it was new. But we enjoyed it. This was our home for the 2 days before going to Chiang Mai. Good morning, everybody, from noisy Bangkok. Today, Josie and I are going to go see some temples. But we're going to have breakfast first. Our hotel is actually kind of nice, just noisy, as you can see. More noisier than usual since I've been in Asia, but it's not too bad. But we're excited to be here. We're well rested. We're going to get a good meal, and we will post some of the things that we're going to be doing throughout the day. So we hope to take you on an adventure so that you can see Thailand from our view. And we hope that you enjoy what we show you today. All right, this gentleman that you see here is Mr. Me. He works for the Around the World Bed and Breakfast, and he was our tour guide. That is his card. I will show it a few more times throughout the video. Holla at him if you're coming to Bangkok. So Mr. Me picked us up early in the morning to take us on a full day tour of Bangkok. And he told us that we needed to change because if we were going to go to the temples, we needed to be covered up. So Josie and I changed our pants and put on dresses. And we also had our sweaters, as you can see here. We ended up going through a whole bunch of different temples, and it was wonderful. the great thing about Mr. Me was that he also spoke English. So he knew where all the deals were, where to get us good food. And literally, we woke up at 6 o'clock in the morning. He didn't bring us back until like almost 8 o'clock at night. So here we are at the Grand Palace. And it is awesome. It was so pretty, so much gold, and the different colors and the textile designs of the tiles. It was crazy. Then this little lady, she just kept looking at me, and she asked could she take a photo of me. Again, they don't really see too many black people in Asia, so I'm just like, whatever, come on lady, if I'm gonna take a picture, if you're gonna take a picture of me, I'm gonna take one of you. And that's what happens. So we were there, and then here's her little daughter's little cutie pie. So we took the picture together, and then we have this guy. We went over to him to see if he was going to move or anything, and he didn't move, but we were cracking jokes with him, and he did start to laugh, so that was kind of cool. But he didn't break his posture. This is the best thing known to mankind. Coconut jelly with coconut ice cream. I don't know why they never did that in Jamaica. Now, Josie and I call ourselves getting a facial, but what we didn't realize was through the whole thing, the lady bleached our skin, so we came out looking extra light skin. That was crazy. And then after that, we went to the different market, the night market, just to see what they had. So it was a lot of food, clothing, different types of things that you can get. People were getting their hair braided. People were listening to music. This now is the rollaway train place, and I know I'm not saying it right, but this is the train goes through this little market. People move their awnings back, and the train just passes through, and then when the train is finished, they go right back to business. So that was good. Make sure you check that out. Again, food, meat, whatever. You can get prayer beads, prayer flowers, and all that good stuff right there. And now Mr. Me is taking us, because we're supposed to be heading to Chiang Mai today. He's taking us to the floating markets to get some stuff before he takes us to the airport. So we're going to the floating markets. Josie and I say hi, Josie. So this is really cool because we got a boat to ourselves. So now the tour begins, and you begin to go in the floating market. Please be aware, when you first go, you're going to pass these little floating stores. Bypass those, because these ladies are going to jack up the price. And if you go a little further, then you go into the actual market itself, where you can haggle your prices, and you can get, everybody's selling the same thing, you know what I mean? And if you buy stuff from these ladies, you're gonna be mad at yourself. So don't do it. Just keep going and tell them no, you're not interested in kapunka, which is thank you, kapunka. And you go a little further, and everybody is like, seriously, it's like a house on stilts. You come out, there's no street, no sidewalk, it's just this. But once you get into the market, you can buy everything that you want. I'm talking about clothes, jewelry, artwork, food. Like, there's people in the boats cooking. They got their little thing in the boat. Josie and I, we got a coconut water, and we were chilling, and we bought some spring rolls, and it was all good. I really enjoyed this. Now, again, you can haggle. If you don't like the prices that they're telling you, you can tell the person that's driving the boat, sail on. And I got a lot of artwork for my apartment in New York from this dude. He was really cool. I wonder if it reached my house though, because it's been a while and the postal system ain't too tight, but I'ma pray about that, But here's me and Josie, and we got into a traffic jam over here, so that was kind of crazy because nobody could move for a little while, but it's all good. We made it. And now we're at the Tiger Kingdom, the Tiger Zoo, where Josie and I are going to feed a real tiger. Oh my God.
Pingy pingy pong all night long. Okay. I cannot believe that I'm about to go into the cage with the tiger, but the baby gap one, not the big gap.
And so I came into the cage and I sat down. Notice his paws were on my legs, and then he just inhaled the milk and he put his paw around my arm, almost like he was a baby. And then I looked at him, even though I was still nervous, but we locked eyes and it felt like I was really feeding a child. Now this tiger is 6 months old. After he whacks off the milk, they were getting new milk ready for Josie. Look at her posing like she's on the cover of Michael Jackson's Thriller album. But I would not get as close to this baby tiger because he kept moving and I was like, oh hell no. I got a lot of meat on my body and I didn't want to come back with like a half of my butt cheek bit out or anything. So I said, let me just chill. Then Mr. Me takes us to see the big Buddha. This was actually a really nice spot. We paid and we went in and we took a couple of photographs, which was really, really cool. Again, Mr. Me is clutch. And he did all of this stuff. And because we didn't get to finish the tour and see the things that we wanted, he was going to take us to the airport so we can go to Chiang Mai. And then coming back from Chiang Mai, back to Bangkok, he would finish the tour and then we would head to Koh Tao. So again, he's a real stand-up dude. Holla at that man. He will take care of you.
So the around the world bed and breakfast was awesome. It was a pleasant experience considering that the price for accommodations were really cheap. It was clean, it was very chic, almost kind of like very contemporary, and I would definitely stay here again. So around the world B&B, you get out of 5 stars, you get 5 stars. So just finished eating lunch, had a chicken pad thai, spring rolls, and 2 cups of Thai iced tea, and it was really, really great. They gave Josie the baby gap special, broccoli and fish with rice, so now she's having pad thai. How you like it, Josie?
So good, so good.
See? So good, so good. So now we're just gonna walk around and we're gonna get a massage with fish massage. I don't know, I guess the fish is gonna be like, I don't know, so we're gonna check it out. But our bellies are full and it tastes so good in Thailand.
Auntie Keisha. What's my name? Auntie Keisha? Josie.
Josie.
And Auntie Keisha.
Josie and Gaga Chicha.
Auntie Keisha.
Josie.
Auntie
Chicha.
Auntie Keisha. Josie.
Josie.
Auntie Keisha.
Yeah.
Keisha.
Kisha.
Auntie Keisha.
Sorry, Auntie Kisha.
Yes.
Sorry, Auntie Kisha. Sorry,
Auntie
Auntie
Kisha.
Kisha. Sorry, Auntie Kisha. Sorry, Auntie Kisha.
Yes.
That's you. Oh, เอ็ดถ่ายรูปฉันนะดูดิบอกตัวเราว่าไม่ต้องเอ็ด Thank you ขอเอ็ดถ่ายรูปด้วย
That's you.
Next time.
Namyo, Horing Kingyo.
So hold it. Wow, it's vibrating like crazy.
So it looks like we just hit some traffic. So we just waiting. We just waiting. We just waiting. Nah, we just waiting though. Oh. Thailand. With the traffic behind us. So we just waiting. We just waiting. Love life. So Josie and I went to get the fish spa. And essentially what it is, you're putting your feet in a fish tank with a bunch of little fish who come and they eat away the dead cells. And it tickles like crazy. The next day, Josie and I went our separate ways. She went, zip lining, and then I went to the Thai cooking school. Got on the train with our cooking guide, and here we are, and it was so cool. We rode to the cooking school, and this is where everything happened.
He got a lot. He have to cut it off because it's too much. It's a two, this one.
So the first dish that I'm gonna make is chicken pad thai, and these are all the ingredients that we had to chop up ourselves and make our sauce, which were coming from these different ingredients, which is like oyster sauce, fish sauce, and so forth. Palm is telling us what to do, and here I am, what's happening in my
yeah. And then run pad thai. Quick.
now.
Yeah.
Okay.
And take off. Yeah, and put it back on the plate. Yes. And peanut on top. Yeah, peanut on top. Yeah, peanut on top. And I'm gonna give you the lime. Yeah, peanut on top.
I never thought that I would ever make pad thai. That is actually mine. And we went on to make a green curry, and Palm showed us how to make all of the curries, which we all did those. And I think the next thing I was going to make would be sticky rice with mango. Now that blue stuff is actually a flour that we heated up with some hot water, and then we poured it into the coconut milk, and essentially that's all to it. That's the dessert.
For masala and padang curry, you have to eat it. Eat the liquid because it's very sticky. And for all the curry, you just leave it first. Leave it. If you want more sweet, more sugar, more spicy, more curry paste.
More spicy.
More spicy, more curry
yeah.
paste. Yeah, more curry paste.
All in all, I recommend the cooking course. You eat great food and you learn how to prepare it yourself, and you can get all the ingredients. Next was the Elephant Village. This was a trip that I was not expecting to end the way that it did. Josie and I, we started the trip off with the raft, and we went downstream and we got to get really close and personal with the elephants. During my time, they had, people riding elephants, and there was an elephant show. In the elephant show, the elephants were playing basketball, kicking balls like soccer, and painting. But the more I looked at how they lined up, for whatever reason, it made me think about what life was like during slavery times, in Africa. And the way how the elephants were being treated, they ought to be free. And I actually started to cry, and it really affected me, and I was really quite surprised by that.
Take your time, baby. Take your time. This is a bumpy ride. This is some scary stuff. I really want to say something else. I'm a real punk, but it doesn't feel good to me, so I want to get off, but it's too late. This clown over here is loving it.
I'm loving it. It's a
But-
safari. Like you're like
See?
in Jurassic Park.
My mommy. How long it takes to make the 2 days?
Now, Nim booked this trip for us to the Long Neck Karen village, and it was really great because we got to see the long neck Karens, and these are the brass neck rings that they wear. Supposedly, it's supposed to protect them from tiger attacks, but I'm not really how true that really is. But we got to meet this little cutie who I called Punky Brewster. She's a true hustler. She must have been like a hustle man in her former life. I don't know. Here's Josie and Grandma Nikki. She was cool, this girl. I didn't give a name for her. This is Titi. I just named her that too. But they made all of these things by hand. Now, they're not long neck Karens, but they're still from Burma. And so that was cool.
So today we're checking out of the Wee Valley Hotel, and it was really, really great. We have Nim. She is the person that when you come, you need to see her. She is going to take care of you really, really well. So make sure you see Nim.
Thank you very much. Welcome to the Malaysian Hotel. Hopefully we see you next time.
Yes. See her. See her.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Josie and I fly back to Bangkok because we have to catch our bus to go to Koh Tao. So we meet up with Mr. Me, who picks us up from the airport and continues our tour that we left off the day we went to the floating market. And he takes us to Ayutthaya. Now, Ayutthaya used to be the original capital of Thailand. And if you go to Thailand, please make sure you visit Ayutthaya. It is so beautiful. You will not regret it at all.
Yes.
Here we are in the ancient former capital of Thailand, Ayutthaya. There's a lot of ruins, big Buddha, well, a little Buddha, but this looks like it used to be some sort of ziggurat. And we can take a look at Buddha right here so that we can see. The fabric looks fairly new, so they must It's so funny to see like how they built modern conveniences around such ancient rich history, but they have.
Ayutthaya was so great. If you ever get the opportunity to go to Thailand, please take the time. It's about an hour from Bangkok without traffic. If you catch traffic, it's going to be about 2 hours. But this was my favorite place of everywhere that I've gone. Shout out to Mr. Me, because he be holding it down. He got us back to Bangkok in time to catch our bus. And the 2 tickets were $65.14. So Josie and I were waiting. It was so crowded. But we met this lovely lady by the name of Judith. She is crazy. She's from Spain and she spoke no English. How did I communicate? Well, Josie is Dominican, so she speaks Spanish. And because I lived in the Bronx, I have a good vocabulary of Spanish words. So thank God for that. So this is everybody waiting for this damn bus. They got like 400 people waiting, but they're going to different destinations.
Why? Oh, you're recording me. Oh. Why? This guy smells that. He smells. My food is here.
The block is hot?
My mouth is here. The block is hot. The block is hot. Because this block is real hot right here.
You see this darn Josie? Look at this Josie. The things that I'm smelling right now.
This was a rough transition. So we got off the boat, the bus, I'm sorry, 5 to 6 hours. And we had to wait until the sun came up so that we can get to the boat. So if we got there at like 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock in the morning, the bus wasn't leaving until 7:30, 8 o'clock. And so now this is everybody walking to that boat. Now, it was supposed to be a speedboat, but it kept jumping up and down, and a lot of people kept throwing up. It's a cheap way to get there, but listen, pay the money and pay your plane ticket. It's worth it.
Just made it to Koh Tao. These people are stink as hell. Like the tourist people. Like, why you gotta take a whole day to be funky and stink just to get here? And we have to get off that ferry,
which was a hot damn mess.
This is really ghetto. We look like we've been hiking out here for days, and that boat ride was intense. Everybody, I had my headphones on, thank God, because when I took them off, all you hear is disgusting.
Throw up to the most up. It's like,
That was like a roller coaster though. That
I
thing
know.
was intense.
because every so often I'm like, woo, woo.
Now, hotel number 3, Okuton Place Hotel in Koh Tao. The total for those days were $208. Now, the property is very new. It's lovely inside, beautiful, it's clean, it smells great. They serve you breakfast every morning. The problem is it's a little bit away from the beach. Well, there's a beach walking distance, but the beach where everything is happening is you need to take a taxi, and that is where the scams are. But we'll talk about that later. As you can see, it is very nice in there. New everything. That's the place where the breakfast is being served. You have the rooms are absolutely fabulous, and for the price, what they are offering it's worth more than the price of the hotel, of what you're paying for your room essentially. When we get into the room, I mean, Josie and I, we were thoroughly impressed. I couldn't believe it. The beds were soft. The bathroom was nice. You had your little private deck that if you wanted to dry your clothes out, you could. But they also provided laundry at Okuton Place Hotel. I would definitely stay here again. Again, fabulous. Now, once dude turns on the light, this is the room. Very nice. The bathroom, like I said, cool compared to some bathrooms in Asia. Very nice. We spent hardly any money on these hotels, and the quality of what we received was so much greater than we actually paid. So kudos for that. That's the beach. Now, I hear that Phuket and the other beaches are better, but hey, it's no Boracay. Again, you seen the islandy Jamaican thing. Everywhere I'm seeing Jamaican flags in Asia, so I always gotta represent. And the beach was cool though. I took a really good picture because it didn't look that sexy. But here is Judith and Josie, and then here's Judith, and there is Josie at sunset. And let the madness begin. So we decide to go to the beach, and they had a lot of fire shows at the different restaurants, but when everything started to shut down and it got later, everybody was walking down the beach to this one particular place. This reminded me of MTV Spring Break back in the 90s. I am 38. This is not cool to me anymore. Well, I'm not, even when I was young, it wasn't cool to me. But you got a lot of these white kids coming, even grown people, drinking and acting a fool. And then when they act a fool, I don't know why they want to start dealing with fire. And I'm like, look, I got locks. I use grease and oil sheen and stuff in my hair, so it's highly flammable. But that's not my idea of a good time. Now, if you want to throw on some reggae music and you want, playing some soca and people want to bust out wine, that's different. But so I didn't really stay too long for this. Yeah, because they were just acting retarded, and that's not my speed. But this dude right here, this was hot. I was just like, what? Now, New Year is coming up, and I wanted to do something really special. So Josie saw these paper lanterns, and she says, let's do that for New Year's. So we wrote our wishes or our prayers and our desires, what we wanted for ourselves, and we released it into the atmosphere. And I asked God for 4 specific things. And I prayed as I wrote them. And as you see now, I'm lighting, it's like a round paper coil. It's kind of thick, look like really, really thick cardboard, maybe equivalent to a toilet paper wrapper thing, you know, where the toilet tissue is on. And we had to hold it up and then wait for it to, you know, I don't even know. Tell me, wait for it to. And then once it got, you know, puffy, and I was able to release it into the atmosphere. This was the most beautiful thing that I have ever done in my life. And I think this is a beautiful New Year tradition that I think I'm going to adopt. And I think a lot of people should. It was the greatest thing ever to just watch it. You're hoping that the wind will take it up to God and that it won't fall back. And I watched it go all the way up into the sky. Judith did the same thing. She wrote a prayer to her father who was deceased, and it was emotional. Everybody cried. Judith kept saying, "This is your moment. This is your moment." Josie got to do hers. Hers tore a little bit, but it still went up. And she did her prayer to God, and it was absolutely beautiful. So beautiful. All of a sudden, Josie wants to jump through the fire. Then comes Judith. I'm like, what the hell is wrong with y'all? You see all these crazy white people going back and forth? This is like, are you gonna go? And I just looked at them and I was just like, no. What the hell? Fire burns. But this is the funny thing. So on the beach, there was some other black people. You know, I'm the black people magnet. I'm gonna find them. And we found these Parisian guys and they asked, are you gonna jump through the fire? And this is what was said.
Do you see who do that? Only white people. I'm not crazy.
Oh my God. We were gonna do that, but then it was just like, we can't.
We can't.
We can't.
Really, we can't.
No, we can't.
No, we can't.
Why?
We can't.
Because
we are black. We can't.
we can't do that stupidness. They white. We don't do that. Nobody can survive with none of that business there. We can't do it. We can't do it.
No, we can't.
We can't do that.
No, because I'm dead. No, wait, I'm dead.
Now, make sure you pay attention to this part. If you go to Koh Tao, look at these dudes, especially him. These are some damn crooks. What they'll do is they'll charge you a cheap price. They charge us 100 baht to go, and then when we're ready to come back, they were like 400 baht to take us back to the same location. Don't do that joint. Don't use them. They got that area on lock. They think they slick, but yeah, okay.
Making my dinner. Making my dinner. Koh Tao. Yeah. Serious.
Sunset on Koh Tao before we leave tomorrow. It's beautiful. The boat already in. And the sun is going down. It's beautiful. Still not the Philippines, but just as beautiful. The last day of the year. Last year I was in my bedroom by myself, just chilling on my Christmas break. This year, this is where the Lord would have me be. I'm so excited to see what 2015 brings and where I'll be next year at this time.
the Lord for 4 specific things for my life. And I'm hoping that next year this time that those blessings will be manifested. And if not, I will accept whatever it is that He allows for my life. Now we're leaving Koh Tao and we're heading to Suratani in the Old Valley Hotel for $23.52 a night. We only needed to stay 1 night, and the plan was we left Koh Tao by ferry and bus, say when we got there, and then we were dropped off at the airport. The people from Old Valley came to pick us up. Now, this was probably the worst hotel we stayed at, but it wasn't terrible. The only complaints that we really had was that the linens were old and the room smelled as if no one had been in that room for a while. But other than that, they were super duper nice, and again, it was only for 1 night, so that wasn't so bad. Again, you can see the room. It looks clean. It was okay. There's AC and so forth. Early in the morning, we get on the flight and we arrive in Bangkok. This is our last hotel, and it's $42.43 for the night, and it's by the airport. This was a lovely hotel with a swimming pool and spa.
We would check in. This is the BS Premier Hotel. Very nice. It's like Chiang Mai Realty. Okay. This is way better than the other place we were last night. Pool view. Really nice. I like it. The Wee Valley Boutique Hotel is a little distance from
The main part of Chiang Mai.
Yes. So if you should stay in the Wee Valley Boutique,
Which we recommend.
we do, and make sure you ask for Nim. A fare in the tuk tuk is supposed to cost 150 baht for 2 people. No more than that. Don't let those cab drivers try to G you out of your money. 150 baht. If they say anything more than 150 baht, walk away.
That's what we did. Actually, all of Thailand, bargain every single thing. Do not ever pay the price that's told to you, because you will get gypped.
But it's always the temperature is always going to be a couple of degrees cooler because you're traveling up north. Something that you want to do in life, go for it. It's a brand new year. Don't let anything hold you back, because regret is a hell of a thing that you can never take back. You never want to live your life saying shoulda, woulda, coulda. Just go out and do it.
You only have 1 life to live, so
Live it and have fun.
Don't forget to check out Josie's channel when she figures out what it's going to be. Okay? I'm Keisha.
I'm Josie. Bye.
Bye. And like that, the Bangkok takeover is over.
Once again, thanks for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, and don't forget to check out my homegirl Josie on Tumblr. Next episode I will be heading to Bali, so stay tuned for that. I will be uploading pictures on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook. Josie's link is travelwithcurls@tumblr.com. Once again, thanks for watching. God bless.